Why'd you become a chef? The best, solid, honest answer I can give you, I don't know.
Let's go terrestrial.
You ever heard of when they say you have a calling and you don't understand why you have this calling? This was my calling, and I'm telling you right now, I ain't understand it, okay? I love the art, I love playing basketball, but for some odd reason, the culinary field kept talking to me. I probably was just hungry at the time. I don't know, who knows? I'm real glad that, I decided to become a chef, after 17 years of sitting in the industry and loving it. Had some great moments, some real great moments. I went to the Cordon Bleu. I've actually managed to work in 5 different country clubs. I did leave the last country club and I decided to go to a restaurant. Seeing as I would like to open a restaurant, I figured why not, go dabble in restaurant life, see what it's like. I want to give thanks to Chef Terrell out there in Louisiana, NOLA Creations. We know we got love for you over here at Royalty Dining, He came to me to go on the show, He came as a blessing. He got me on a great food truck race, and as you can see, we came in and we did what we're supposed to do, win. This ain't to knock not one contestant, okay? I want to make this very clear. It ain't to knock none of them. They were some of the best people I could ever meet, okay? I probably will say winning was great. Winning was fabulous. You get the money, woo, yay. But I think one of the best blessings I could have ever gotten in my life was to go on that show and meet all of those people. It was great to learn so much about these cities I've never been to. It was great to travel with them to cities I've never been to. Can you imagine? 8 weeks in each city and I've never been to none of them? Not even Miami. But we're not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that one later, all right? Fresh cooking. Going down to the backyard, picking your vegetables, the ripest, the freshest, butchering your fresh animals, having respect for what you're butchering, is the biggest thing. It's not over butchering, it's just enough to eat. Some people have asked one of their most favorite questions. Terrell, what is your specialty? What do you like to cook? Well, it varies, but if I had to say if there's something that I will lean towards more, it would have to say Caribbean cooking and Asian would be my 2. The third is kind of like, if I really feel like it, is Italian. I don't know what it is about how they cook it or they methods. It's just something that every time you get a good dish from them, you could taste love in the very first bite. You could tell somebody really cared when they made this dish. It wasn't for their hype. It wasn't for them to hear all the accolades in their life. It was to make a loving dish for somebody to enjoy and to feel good about. Learning all their foods and all their vegetables and everything they do with it. It's a magical moment. They have such a love in their culture for their food, their tradition, and it's something that I really admire. But when it comes to their food, I understand it. It's the same thing. It's something that is passed on. It is something that has been worked on. So you have no choice but to love and respect it. Everything is all in that one bite. Boy, you close your eyes and taste a piece of sushi, for example. I love making pasta. I think that's the biggest thing. It's fun. Getting your hands in that flour with the egg. It's very simple. It's nothing complicated. You don't need 17 items to make this pasta dough. You just need a few items. You make the pasta and it's love every single time. You make yourself a nice spaghetti sauce, bolognese as they like to call it, bolognese. A nice Alfredo sauce from scratch. I understand. Some people can't make it, so you buy it out the can. It's cool. I'm not knocking it, okay? I don't knock these things at all over here. We don't knock it at Royalty Dining. We're just saying, same amount of money you spend on buying a can or this jar, you could also spend in buying the ingredients to make it. You love it even more. You might actually love it better. I am actually severely allergic to raw fruits and vegetables. Yes, I know, it's crazy, ain't it? It's just, you're 17 years in the game and you're allergic to the same stuff you're making. I am. I play with death. What do you do? Drop that answer down below, okay? It was odd the very first time I ever was tested for it. You know, they prick you and all this great stuff. And you find out you got this long list and everything on the list is everything you pretty much do every single day. You're cutting it, you're chopping it, you gotta eat it, right? But, you know, it didn't stop me, you know? I didn't allow that to stop me. You know, there's been times where doctors have said, you know, Terrell, maybe you should choose a different career. I was like, well, maybe if I tell you to choose a different career, if you stub your toe, all right, maybe you should choose a different career. You know, this ain't just a career I could walk away from. You know, it's not basketball. You know, you twist your ankle, you get too many surgeries, you can walk away, you got millions. But at the end of the day, this is something I love to do. You know, it's not gonna stop. I have great friends. I learned how to use my friends very wisely. You gotta have good friends, okay, in this industry. Because they get to taste your food, tell you whether they like it or they don't. It's one of those crazy things. I deal with it. Sometimes I still sneak some fruit and a Benadryl all at the same time. But, you know, I don't want to lose sight of what fruits taste like. They're awesome in flavor. They're good for you. So, you know, got to get them in somehow, huh? Well, for one, you expecting to get you a good laugh on when you come to Royalty Dining, all right? Being happy and laughing and having those jokes is why we're able to constantly keep creating great food for you. You know, it's probably not the answer you was expecting, but it's the truth. You know, a happy chef is gonna give you a happy plate. You know, we're gonna give you all kinds of flavor. You know, I love the fact that I took so much time in my life to learn so many different cultures. You know, so many different cuisines. Some would say, you know, you should know one and that should be your niche. I'm sorry to say that's wrong. You know, there's too many different cuisines out here, you know, that confused together. They taste so well. I love that, you know, we have that eclectic view on that. You know, we're gonna give you something fancy, we're gonna give you something colorful, but at the end of the day, we're gonna give you a great smile as you eat that dish. To end this off, I would like to give all my thanks to all my supporters, Poise Studios, IB Events, the Gaskin family, all my friends, all my family in New York, out here in Georgia. You know, without y'all, Royalty Dining probably would not exist. You know what I mean? This is Royalty Dining. Again, we back at it. Catch you in the next episode.